It's on.
Hey, everybody. Oh, I gotta turn that on. There we go.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, Christina. We are better. Thank goodness.
Try and get us right here. We ain't been sitting beside each other till just now.
You got to get adjusted.
Hey,
I was
y'all.
over with Wes and Angie. I was trying to finish watching them and realized it was time to be on here.
Yeah,
Jody was on there. Jody, did they finish? I had to cut it off.
they might have jumped over here.
Hi, Wanda.
Well, we have missed you guys.
There's Jim and Sarah. I know Sarah and Jody were on with Wes and Angie. Did they finish up? I was trying to finish watching them. Sarah said your little chestnuts here. Hey, Butler Family Farm. Lots of messages. Thank y'all for
yes.
checking on us. That was rough. Gosh.
Where?
You better turn that off. Okay, Sarah said they just finished.
Okay.
I hate
Yeah,
I hate having to overlap with friends.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's Angie. Angie, I was trying to stay to the end, and Zoe said, "Hey, it's time to go on."
So yes, we are better. We y'all, it has been a rough week.
That was a terrible week.
We
Goodness.
went last week. It rained all week, and Monday, sickness hit, and Nick was not planning to be off work all week.
No,
man, oh man, we have been in the bed. And when I say in the bed, every one of us was laid out.
Jody's got an idea for you.
We should do a big group live. I am down for it.
Absolutely. That would be a fun one to do with Wes and Angie.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I saw Angie, don't worry about it. I wasn't watching the time either. I was listening to y'all. I was enjoying the live.
I looked up and it said, "It's your time," and I said, "Oh man, we should have clicked this button."
I was watching them, but what was it? It threw up a weird comment about we hear you fine on their live, and I had commented that like way earlier in their live. I don't know why that happened.
I don't know. Oh, Maggie's been binge watching So Help Me Todd. I know, I love it, and I ran out of it. Everybody's telling me they like my shirt.
You're flashy tonight.
I like it, y'all. We ain't been home very long. We're having to catch up today. It's just, when I say we've been sick, y'all, this is the first time that we've been in town and not been able to make it to the farm. We were that down and out.
So Rhett kicked it off for us on Monday night, and Zoe started feeling a little under the weather, so I took off that Tuesday because I would have to take care of the farm and take care of them. She wasn't able to watch after Rhett because she was feeling terrible. And Chance was like 1 a.m. the next morning, and then they all gave it to me.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And we're all feeling better. We just have no energy. It's like we're still just drained.
Yeah, it just takes a while to recover. They called it norovirus.
And if you look it up,
it was a doozy.
It's every bit of what it says it is.
It's just so hard to maintain a farm when you feel terrible.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Vicky, she is checking. She got a referral from Wes and Angie.
Well, we are glad you're here. We're just kind of updating everybody a little bit.
Vicky, we hope you enjoy it, and we sometimes we get a little off topic, and we'll have people having their own conversations in the comment section, and we just really don't care.
Yeah.
We'll join into a conversation that's happening in the comment section and forget what we were talking about.
Yes. Angie
Angie,
says,
it's true. You can't stop. You've got to continue on with what's going on. The animals have got to be fed and taken care
so,
of. And
yeah.
luckily, Zoe's mom was able to take Mackenzie out, and Mackenzie, our 13-year-old daughter, for the ones that don't know, she knows everything that needs to be done.
Oh, yeah. She can
The
do it. Why do I keep getting
so
notifications?
I don't know. So there were a couple of afternoon feedings that she took care of with Zoe's mom, just kind of driving her out there and letting Mackenzie take over.
Yeah,
So
because we when we first started getting sick, we said, okay, because we knew Mackenzie had a big weekend. She had her all-state honor band this weekend for middle school. And so we kept her away from us as much as possible, and luckily she never got it. And so we let her handle that. We know she knows every step of it.
yeah.
And whew,
And then by Friday, Zoe was back up and took care of it, and I finally got back to the real world on Saturday. But
well, Nick had a class to go to at Pedals
Pedals
from
from the
the Past,
Past.
and I told him, I said, "Are you gonna, when you get sick, it just kind of knocks you on your hiney." And I said, "Are you gonna be able to walk around? It's been a week since we've been up and active and moving." And he said, "I'll just have to, same thing. I'll just have to sit down every chance I get." And he
Yeah,
told
if
me
it
that.
comes down to it. And
You told me the same thing going to take Mackenzie, because Friday was the first day I was up and moving, and I had to take her to the college campus. And he said, every chance you get, just sit down so you don't feel bad.
we thankfully we did have them helping out, and we actually got Zoe got a text from Brooke that said, "Oh my gosh, y'all are sick. You should have let me know. I would have gone to the farm. We had it taken care of,
Yes.
and we're just extremely blessed, and they're still close by. So if it ever came down to it, I have no doubt that." If it really came down to it, I have no doubt that a quick text to Brooke and she'd have been on
they'd be
it.
over there
So,
in a heartbeat.
but Saturday, after we recovered, that was a phenomenal experience. I know y'all have heard us talk about it. You've heard Wes and Angie talk about it, Jason a lot.
Yeah.
About Pedals from the Past. It's where Tracy used to work from Just Dig It Farms.
For like 10 years, 12 years.
It's an amazing place, and we're blessed that it's 15 minutes from our house.
Right.
So I went to a fruit trees class.
Yeah. I really wanted to go.
Well, Wes has beat me to putting in the trellis system, our orchard. We're still working toward it, getting everything ready, and he's beat me to it. And I texted him the day I saw the video. I was like, "You beat me,"
and it looks phenomenal.
But
y'all looks phenomenal.
It does. It looks great. But it's the same like trellis system like Jason and Brooke have, and they modeled it after Pedals from the Past.
Right.
So,
and why mess up something good?
Dr. Arlie Powell is like a walking encyclopedia about growing everything.
Yeah.
I think he's been a professor in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. He was a professor of horticulture at Auburn University, and now he co-owns Pedals from the Past with his son. But it was an amazing class, and there's no way. I texted Jason during the class, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to remember everything he's saying." And Jason said, "I've gone to that class 3 times, and I still don't remember it all."
Yeah.
It's so much information, but when you see their orchards and their gardens,
it's just beautiful.
And the trellis system is unreal how it works and how productive it is.
Yeah.
Because you're minimizing the tree and it produces so much fruit in that short span. It's unreal. I never would have thought that until you see how many people show up for the picking days.
Yeah.
Like they open this place up for you to come pick fruit. And there will be so many people out there picking, and they still never run out. I was like, how are these things not just bare? vines.
But when I think about it, we think about how awesome that is, and I got to thinking about it when we're talking about your training, your trimming, and all. It's the same idea that we do with our squash and our tomatoes. You train it, you trim those that you don't need, because we're not growing green, we're growing fruit.
That's right.
Vegetables.
You're not growing tree and bush. Right. You're growing, and it's the same idea as the tomatoes. Yeah,
right.
It's absolutely.
So you're just trimming off that bottom stuff. You don't need all that. We're not trying to grow greenery. We got greenery everywhere. We want produce. We want fruit.
Right.
And so when you trim all that extra off, it encourages the plant to produce more fruit. It sends all the energy out on those limbs.
Sure.
And it just makes sense.
I wanted to say hello to Diane and someone else joining us from
That's right.
Big Family Small Farm. They are.
Hey, Gloria. And I saw somebody else who had just got here. I missed a bunch in the beginning.
I know we did. If we did not say hello, call us out on it.
Yeah, because it all hit back to back.
Just because we got on last minute, we were watching Big Family Small Farm ourselves. So anyway, it was kind of a rush coming into the live on two wheels. But you got plenty of people in the comments welcoming you also.
That's right.
I'm telling you, that's just the way it is. There'll be their own conversations going on. I saw Cliff said a minute ago, well, it's most of the time, not sometimes. Well, she says it's cold in Virginia Beach. It is. We finally got us we had a severe weather. Well, it was supposed to be a severe weather day Thursday. Schools got out early. Actually, I didn't send Mackenzie to school because she spent the night with Mom because we were sick. So we Cherish. We let her stay with Mom on Thursday. School was dismissing early. We were getting in preparation for tornado activity, and it all passed us by. We got rain. Well, it diminished by the time it got here. Now, we did get some pretty good wind. We late in the night. Friday when I went to feed by myself, that wind was terrible. Well, it was because I had been sleeping for 2 days. Yeah. So I was waking up every 30 minutes to an hour or so, and the wind was pretty rough, but it wasn't anything severe. And I turned on our local weatherman, and he wasn't there, so I was like, well, we knew it was, if he's not there, it's got to be okay. Well, but after that was a 70-degree day. So then we turn around, and yesterday, Rhett was supposed to have his very first T-ball practice yesterday at 9 a.m., and it was supposed to be 32 degrees. Yeah. A bunch of 4-year-olds in 32-degree weather having their very first T-ball practice. Nope, we canceled. So yesterday was cold, and today has been nice. It was nice today. It was in the 50s? Yeah, it got up to mid-50s, and it was nice today. I had a sweater on, and I was started a sweater this morning to church. Aunt Lucy said they had 2 tornadoes in Mississippi. I know I saw some severe weather coming through Mississippi, and by the time it got here, it had diminished, and we were thankful for it. Yeah. But we have this, but it's supposed to be 80 degrees this week. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. We can't put away one set of clothes or the other because we've got to use it all. I got a rain suit hanging up above the clothes, and my hoodies, and then my t-shirts. It's just, I don't know. Well, I don't know what in this part of the world, you can have all 4 seasons in one day. We can. And I know there's a lot of places like that. Yeah. You never know, and you try to prepare. But all right, Gloria starting with a good question, and then a bunch of people commented. I lost it. Let's see. There we go. So when do we start the gardens? So our last video was we planted peas, black-eyed peas, pink-eyed purple hull peas, and we also planted some greens and cabbage. Mm-hmm. Is that it? Yeah, Gloria, if you check our last video, we showed what we were planting. Mm-hmm. We did it actually the week before we got sick. Well, we did it that Monday.
Yeah, that's what we did.
We
Monday.
did it the Monday before we got sick.
That's what we did.
So, we can do peas really early here. I know that people do some starts with cabbage at this time of year, but I have never done it from seed. And we decided to just go ahead and do that just to give it a try. And we also planted a couple of different varieties of collards. The rest,
just all what we planted, other than the peas, were seeds that were past their expiration date, just because we wanted to try to see if they would grow. We didn't know if they would be successful, and it was something that if not, we'll be able to till under real quick.
Christina said we could have her snow. No, thank you.
Nah, that's okay. I don't have shoes for snow.
Somebody else said they watched your. That's copied that. I wanted to say hello to her.
Oh, sorry.
And Miss Teresa.
She saw me in her boots.
And she came over from Big Family Small Farm. So
Valerie's saying that she got 6 inches of snow on Thursday. Friday it was 2, and today it's in the 50s.
Is that not just?
It's wild.
That's weird, but we've been watching all of our friends in Oklahoma with Daniel and Gary and Cassie, and they're freezing one day and short sleeves the next, and it's.
So what type of storm shelter will we have?
It will definitely be below ground.
Yes.
Because that area is prone to tornadoes. We have a couple of areas just through our part of the state that when you hear that the storm is coming, the track tends to follow a general area. And we have one that's north of Birmingham, and then we have one where if it comes in from Tuscaloosa through Mississippi into Tuscaloosa, it can split off and go where it went, this last one, through Selma and that area, or it will follow our area of Chilton County.
Yeah.
So
we definitely
have to watch for
underground. That's right.
It doesn't mean it's going to hit your neighborhood, but
might as well be prepared.
There's a particular track that it will follow, a general area, and I think that's probably true in a lot of places, that just because of the weather patterns, it follows a kind of a general area.
So Miss Shirley asked how I like my new boots. So I don't know if you guys, I kind of wanted to talk about this, not on a video, but more on a live, because these people know us a little better than some people who only watch our video.
Sure.
So if you don't know how it works, is when you see content creators kind of advertising for companies, people will reach out to you. We get crazy stuff in the emails all the time about
a lot of them we don't even read.
We don't. There's things. Now, there's some that
they're wanting to build us a website. And I'm like, Jacqueline's building my website.
Why we're good. Or they want to help.
Head Family Farm is doing the website.
I like the one that says, let us help you update your website. And I'm going, it ain't even published yet. So,
yeah.
But you get a lot of that stuff, and then you come across sometimes and you're like, oh, this is really good, because they're a reputable company. But you have to be you have to be selective about who you want to do a partnership with, because you don't want to partner with everybody. You want to be desired. If you're just partnering with everybody, they'll just you'll
get 100 emails a day.
Well, then you turn into just a commercial.
Right.
Because they want you to promote their brand. So you're constantly having to put out a commercial.
Well, it drives me crazy when it turns into that.
That's right. So there's been channels that we quit watching because it was always about advertising.
The whole video, every video was a commercial. Well, you don't want to do that.
High C emailed me, and I was like, Nick, this is real, because we know that Jacqueline and Tracy, Brooke, and Jason, Arms family, they all have High C boots. And I remembered that they gave away lots and lots of pairs of them last year at the Okie Homestead Expo. And I was like, well, this could be good, because this is something we're going to use. I can use this. So I asked them, what do you want from me? You know, and they said, just show off our boots. Let people know what you think about them. And I was like, well, we're going to be honest, first of all. That's what we do. We're not going to just tell people what they want, what you want us to tell them. We're going to be honest about it. If I didn't like something about it, I'm going to tell them, well, this is the downfall of it, but here's the pros, here's the cons, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all, these boots are phenomenal. It's like walking on clouds. I slid it on and I was thinking, my other rubber boots I wear every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And my Ariat boots I wear all the time. I've been wearing them for years. But they got to be stiff and hurting my feet. So I started wearing rubber boots all the time. And they came from Tractor Supply. You know, $25. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put these things on and it is a game changer. Like, they are wonderful. And I think with that 15% discount code, they end up being maybe $10 or $15 more than a pair of Tractor Supply cheap rubber boots. And they have cushion and all. It's just, y'all, if you need boots, I would invest in them.
Zoe's doing a commercial.
Well, I'm just telling. She asked. So I'm just telling you guys, like, they really are real. They're what I said they were in the video.
MC liked our PVC trick.
I see that.
Well, MC, nobody that makes PVC pipe gave me that.
I think we found that PVC in the scrap pile.
Probably. But an old farmer showed me that, and he planted everything with it.
Yeah.
Like squash and everything. We go ahead and start our squash and peppers and all that good stuff ahead of time. Everything in his garden, he walked around with a piece of PVC pipe and he just dropped the seed down in there because he would poke the hole, blow the dirt out, and then drop the seed.
Yep.
And it saves your back. It does. Slightly slower, but
ooh, it's much better than crawling around and planting. It works for us. Hey, Miss Martha. Let's see.
2 feet of snow in Minnesota this week. Good grief.
So we planted that pea garden area just to go ahead and get something started. Now, everything else, all of our other spring, summer crops, we will do in April. So that's given, we've got time now to get all of our stuff, our potager built, the beds built. I'm going to do a lot of container garden because, you know, it's going to be a lot to build all those raised beds immediately. So I'm going to do a lot of tubs as well as I can.
Sarah said, please don't fire her.
It just grows and grows and grows.
She's keeping your list.
That's all right. I like it.
Wendy said she had been looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
It's well worth it, Wendy, to hear Zoe tell it. I don't know. I'm
going to get
wear my regular ones.
And see, mine are just called farm and yard boots. Like,
I've been wearing Justin's for the last 20 years, and that's what I stay with.
Hey, Chrissy. Butler said you don't like rolling in the dirt, huh?
I'm old.
Not for work. He likes to lay down and roll around like the dogs do when y'all ain't looking.
Like Henry.
He just rolls around in the dirt.
We did have dogs. Our Pyrenees love that cool dirt, so every time I turn it up, they're out there laying in it.
Yeah, they dig little holes all over and lay in it.
Aunt Lucy, I've got a relatively cheap planter. If you saw it on the video, that Earthway thing that I've been using for years to do corn. And I've done other stuff with it in the past, but
we've found better ways.
There's better ways.
Mm-hmm. Rhonda, it was HISEA.com. And what I was telling everybody is you can use the code BOOTS and you get 15% off anything on their site. We also have high C waders that we have not.
We actually bought those off Amazon.
We did.
But hopefully we will have a video of that eventually because I've got to wait for it to get colder. But we bought those waders to go out and tear out a beaver pond.
Oh, and we got that big one. We found a massive beaver pond.
Oh, well,
beaver
beaver
house.
dam.
Beaver den.
It
was a den.
Yeah, we were going to tear that out, and we bought waders so that we could get through there.
We find a massive. I've never seen one like that before, and
We're
all
gonna-
the chew marks on
We're gonna get
broken
that
trees. Y'all, I've never seen one that kind of.
Angie said Miles likes rolling in the dirt. So does Rhett.
And
But he
Trent.
wants his dirt to be soaked with water.
Yeah.
Rhett just likes getting muddy.
We need to keep him on a leash sometimes.
But yeah, we had actually bought that same brand of waders, not knowing that's just the ones I found that I liked. We bought them off Amazon, and hopefully it'll give us a couple more cool days where we can get down there.
We're gonna have to.
I am not going when it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
So
nope.
Not into that area.
Nope.
But we're gonna put those waders on.
Because waders don't scare away.
You know what I want? I want to pack that sucker full of tannerite and blow it up and do a video with that. I think
we got to do that before we burn, though.
What?
Go down there and take care of that.
Why?
Because it'll burn. It's wood.
Baby, where we're gonna burn ain't never gonna get to that beaver dam.
Okay. Mr. Jim said, "Are the pigs clearing their new spot? And what plans do you have for that area?" Good question.
They absolutely are. They're clear. They're probably halfway to where they had the other area. You saw earlier videos. I was actually planning on moving the goats in behind where we moved the pigs from, and they really didn't leave enough for the goats to be there. We thought about putting the goats in there, but we would have to move them too soon again. So I'm just going to take the tractor and clear out some of the smaller stuff, the underbrush that they left. And I don't really have a plan to do anything necessarily with that area other than just let some stuff come in under it that's not being choked out.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, we've got a new spot as well ready to move in the baby pigs to.
Yeah, the baby pigs area is getting bare, so we're about to move them onto single strand into an area behind it. But they are just little clearing machines.
And they really are. They're loving it, and I think it's time that we can put them on single strand. We're kind of leery still, but I think we can. And if so, they're going to have the area that we would like to build up the backside to make a pond, that they will be in that area soon trying to clean it out.
So the baby pigs that we have kept so far, I still may sell some more of them, but we have, of course, Lucy that we're keeping, Patty that we're keeping,
Sally
that we're keeping.
Mm-hmm.
Definite.
Hey, Renee Michelle.
We have 2 that we're definitely growing out that are not named, won't be named. And then there's a few more that could be sold, or we may keep them. We haven't decided yet. But they have they have Premier One pig netting around them. And then we have a single strand run inside that to keep training them to it. So I think we are about ready to try and see if they stay in single strand by itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said he's impressed how well they cleared brush. They always had a cleared hog lot. A lot of people do that. They don't understand what the pigs can actually do. So I would say most farms have a cleared lot for the pigs.
Yeah.
That has a hut, has a wallowing hole, and just
that's a traditional way to raise them.
It is. And once we figured out how to do this, I don't see us doing it any different.
No, I would not. I did a lot of research on raising the pigs in the woods before we did it. And I really think that we will stay with that method because we have plenty to run them through. Out of our 40 acres,
Excuse me.
22 of it is wooded.
Right.
So we have plenty to rotate them through.
Yep.
They love the rooting, but they are taking out that underbrush. They're eating old stumps. They just root them up and tear them up. How many stumps did we find in that old lot? 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Big stumps that they had just torn all up and ate bugs out of. Well, they've gotten rid of my stumps.
Yeah. Right.
I don't have to worry about it. So
Right.
it's continually improving the property.
Right.
And I don't know that I would do them any other way.
That's right. I like it because we're not limited to where we can put them now. If it's within our property line, then we can put them there.
Yeah. Sarah said that we need some fire cider, that hers just about burned her lips off.
Ooh, we would have drank it. It was lagging here. My button was. Okay. She said the PVC planter that you used, did you cut the bottom to an angle to go in the dirt and then drop the seed through it?
No, it's just cut off. It's cut off straight on both ends. And that gives me an opportunity that if I need to go a little deeper, if I've made the trench, like with peas, you just kind of see me pointing it backwards and dropping the seed in so it don't get stopped
Hold your hand
up.
up higher so she can see.
I kind of hold it at an angle and drop the seeds in so it doesn't get stopped up. With things that I want to plant a little deeper, I can actually stick it down in the dirt, blow the dirt out of it, and then drop the seed. That way I can, if I want to plant 2-3 inches deep, then that gives me that opportunity to do that.
And then we just go.
But a lot of stuff, that's about, peas and beans are about all I plant that way.
Yeah.
The rest we would do from starts. We did do squash and zucchini from seed last year. And I was okay with the way it did, but just the timing, I think I would rather do that from starts too.
Yeah.
Now, we do the starts ourselves, but I just like being able to control the root system a little better. So, yeah, Gloria, it doesn't have to be at an angle unless, I mean, the dirt is tilled, so it's soft.
Right.
If I was doing some kind of no-till method or something, I guess you would have to.
And you can make it as simple as, if your dirt's tilled or fresh, fresh potting soil, whatever you're doing, and you shoot those in, you've made your line, you shoot those in the ground, you just come back with your foot and brush that dirt that you've trenched out and just brush it back on top of it.
That's what Zoe does. She just kind of walks behind me,
behind it and kick the dirt back up over into a mound.
So I have little boot prints down through there that mark my rows.
Yeah. It works.
It shows me where it is. It looks like a duck went down through there because she's been going down each side kicking dirt.
But we know exactly where our rows are.
Yeah.
And all your seeds are covered if you just, that whole trench, even if it's not got a seed right there in that space, I've covered the whole thing all the way down so we know that everything's been covered.
That's right. And when they start to sprout, if I have any gaps where we didn't germinate or anything like that, then I'll just go down through there and fill those in. You just push it down in the dirt with your finger.
Right.
But it's not having to plant whole rows. I started using the PVC when I was doing a lot longer rows.
Yes.
This is relatively small because we're going to be planting so much in Zoe's raised beds, which is the next topic, part 2 of the protege build.
Yay! I'm excited. It's always good when another step comes up, especially when there's several steps to go.
Part 2 of the protege build is happening tomorrow.
It is.
So hopefully that will be out Tuesday.
Yeah.
That will be on the video for Tuesday. I hope.
Tuesday.
If everything goes like it's supposed to, part 2 of the protege build will be out on Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock. So y'all be watching for it.
Yeah. She said, yeah, that's why the boots are so important. Planter's karate method.
Vicky, I like that term, planter's karate.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go with that.
It's like a cha-cha dance on the garden.
MC's daddy used to throw clumps of dirt for you.
Hey, Rachel. I don't know if I said that. I saw it and said it in my head.
So I think that part may have gotten edited where Rhett was throwing the clumps out because he didn't want Daddy to have a bad day.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So he was throwing these big.
It
He
looked
said
like rocks.
he said it was
rocks.
dirt rocks, and he said, "You ask him or I ask him, Rhett, what are you doing?" And he said, "I'm throwing away the dirt rocks so Daddy don't have a bad day."
That's right. Sarah said as she's listening to us both, she's thinking, I need to come up with a phrase for you both to record. That way you can be my ringtone. I want people to call me all the time.
Sarah, you making fun of the way I talk?
We were riding down the road and Nick said, "Are you stopped up?" I said, "No." He said, "You sure are nasally today." I called you out.
Yes, Sandy. There, I think it's actually named part one, isn't it?
It's 2 videos ago.
Yes, we did one where we were prepping it and getting everything measured out and just showing Zoe. Actually, I think the thumbnail actually shows a drawing of Zoe's garden held up. So she drew it out on graph paper, measured it off because it's going to be 40 by 80. So she measured it off on her which bed she wanted where by measurement.
If you didn't know 40 by 80 is big, that's big.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger. I first started, I said, I want a 15 by 13 box. And when we got it, I said, I'd have to have walking paths in the middle of my box.
You can't reach it to pick everything.
And then I got to looking, I was like, well, my arm's only, 2 feet long. I need to, well, that's probably a little more, but I need to make sure that I can reach the center of my boxes. So I had to go back in and redraw that whole thing. Mr. Jim said, I hope you're going to have a corn patch, maybe some Silver Queen or Peaches and Cream.
Mr. Jim, those are both the varieties that I do plant.
So last year we actually...
So yes, we will.
We did corn and sunflowers last year. We planted them together.
Yeah, I hated that.
We did not actually harvest any because that didn't work out.
Well, we put the sunflowers in and kind of sprinkle corn in there. They feed off each other, but the corn was in so late, and then our weather was so horrible.
Yeah.
It was so dry last year that we did nothing. The people that got their corn in early still did not have a good kernel ratio because of the rain. Mm-hmm. The rain was terrible.
That's right.
And that's just part of it.
We might have to put in the extra time and all to actually physically water stuff this time instead of just letting nature.
So it's
hard when we water the way that we water, but we've done it before. Where
we had to do it before with a drought, and we may have to do it again. But our favorites are Silver Queen and Peaches and Cream, mm-hmm. and I also have a corn that we like to grow called Trucker's Delight, and it's really good, and it did well in our yard.
It did.
When we did our garden out here, it mm-hmm. just went nuts, and we had a very small 4 rows of corn in a little small block, and it did really, really good. So yes, we will be doing that.
Rachel says she's got her hoss seeds and can't wait to
I've got my hoss seeds list, but I haven't ordered yet.
We've got the list ready.
I've still got to put in my order.
Sarah said, random question. Let's see what the audience says.
Give it to them.
Does anyone else enjoy a tomato sandwich or sliced tomato with a little sugar on it? I've never tried it.
Sarah, you'd have to ask someone else because mine is just mayonnaise and salt and pepper.
Never tried it, but I'm not against it because I like that tomato casserole and it had a hint of sweetness. So I wonder.
But I didn't like it, so you might. But I don't do the sugar and grits. I don't do sugar and cornbread.
Like
so
any. Yeah. She said, depending on the tomato, the right tomato won't need sugar. That's a good point.
I honestly have never tried with sugar,
Lolene
Sarah.
said tomato on bread with mayonnaise, yes. Tomato sandwich is just mayo, tomato, and pepper. Jim said, I like a tomato sandwich.
I do have to
maybe
give
2
it salt.
slices of bacon.
Salt and mayonnaise.
Christina don't like sugar on her tomatoes.
Now, I've got to go with Jim. It's only going to get better if you throw on some bacon.
Billy said she loves Miracle Whip and tomato sandwiches.
Well, Miracle's Whip is a little sweeter, so that could be something. That may be kind of where that's headed.
Cherish said yes, her and her son love anything tomatoes. Homegrown is the best. Lucy said no sugar, just mayo, salt, and pepper. But Jamie likes tomatoes on
Billy
salt
likes
toast.
Miracle Whip, that's a little sweeter, so that could be kind of the difference there.
MC said we sure could plant a lot of taters. Is that what she said, taters? I missed. Plant a lot of taters in a 80 by 40.
Well, the potatoes are coming on the other end, close to the peas. Scroll back up. I think it might have been Miss Sue.
She saw Hoss has peanut seeds. They do. I saw they posted peanuts now.
I don't know anything about growing peanuts.
I don't either. And I think they would take a while.
But all these folks from Georgia would know.
Vicky said, Sarah, that's how her Pennsylvania Dutch mom ate tomatoes. Thank goodness Kentucky dad balanced that. Shirley liked sugar on tomatoes years ago when they used to have lettuce and make a vinegar and olive oil and sugar dressing. That would be good.
I could see that maybe.
Justin likes tomatoes dilled and deep fried. That would be good. I might need to do that.
You know who that is?
Yes, JB.
I saw him and his wife as I was leaving Pedals.
Did you?
I forgot to tell you that.
They were there?
They were coming in as I was going out.
Oh.
And I was looking at my phone letting you know I was stopped. Y'all don't get on to me. I was at the entrance about to turn and I was texting Zoe letting her know I was leaving. And I look up and this car is backing up. And they were going to look at trees and stuff. And we were talking about the class. I told him everything that was going on with the class. They need some ducks.
I've got.
And I was like, Zoe's got duck eggs in the incubator.
I do. I've got gosling eggs. Brooks
said there are no geese in that incubator.
Yeah.
She said if there were geese in there, it'd be a rotisserie.
That's right. But I have some goose eggs and gosling eggs and duck eggs.
I think you could say goose eggs. Yeah. It's just not geese. Jason said you got geese in there. She said, no, I don't. She said, I got goslings in there.
Yes, I have goose eggs and duck eggs in the incubator, and it is full. So we will see in a few days if any of them are fertile or growing.
Yeah.
Hey, G&G, she likes tomato gravy. Well, I love tomato gravy, too. Susan said Big Family has plants going. Some of theirs going now. I love the tomato plants. They look fabulous.
I love Christina's comments.
I quit using Miracle Oil when I quit hiding my tuna fish in it.
Her and Sarah just tickle me.
Sarah said she had a block sandwich. Bacon, lettuce, onion, tomato. I like that.
I need to add onion to
that
a BLT.
That would be wonderful.
I would so do that.
That would be good. Mayo, salt, and bacon, nothing better. That's right.
Sarah asked one question. There it is.
Where's the little heart and smiley face that's usually hidden on the side that we can push?
I
have no idea.
I don't know.
You can do it. You can do it. So easy. Peanuts. She's talking about peanuts. We're scrolling. I like sliced tomatoes with a little. Diane likes sliced tomatoes with a little sugar. JB's starting an herb garden. You need to get one of those green stalks. Those things are awesome for herbs.
Oh well, yeah.
They are just, I love it for herbs and
Zoe has 3 of them, and I've got to get a 4th one, and that's
yeah.
he said definitely need a duck or 3.
I got you because I just want to hatch them. I don't want them on. I don't want them on the ground. I just want to hatch them. Rachel said that's what she said.
Which part?
The mayo. I like a good mater with my big breakfast too. Yes. I like, so when we make 15 bean soup, we do that with cornbread, and then I'll slice the tomato and a raw onion and eat it with it. And put a little salt and pepper on an onion and tomato.
There are a lot of questions asking
see
about tomato
that.
gravy.
Yes, tomato
So
gravy.
I get it. Jody's in Australia. They may not have tomato gravy.
Yeah. What?
Sarah,
What in the
just
Sam Hill is tomato gravy?
Sarah, you've got no excuse just because you're up north to not know what tomato gravy is.
So I was gonna see if there's
Maggie
a
said, "What is
official-
tomato gravy?"
Let me see what the official Southern style tomato gravy is a thick sauce made with canned or fresh tomatoes, a blonde roux like bacon fat or butter and flour,
It's gravy with tomatoes in it.
chicken broth, and the occasional splash of cream. It's perfectly paired with butter biscuits, eggs, grits, or meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Never put tomato gravy on
That's
meatloaf.
even
It
better.
The only difference, if you're gonna make a good gravy, you start your roux, and you have to have some cream or milk in it, and some broth, and then you just cook your tomatoes down.
That's right.
That's what I do.
It's like making sausage gravy.
Oh gosh, there was lots of comments all at one time. What happened?
You just hit the button.
Hang on. Zoe's got to catch up on these comments.
Lucy said pasta sauce here is different than tomato gravy. That's right. Yes, it is not the same as spaghetti.
Well, I saw
sauce.
somebody put Italian tomato gravy. Go up.
I was probably using the Italian tomatoes.
No, in Italy, tomato gravy is pasta sauce. That's what she said.
Oh, gotcha. Well, because it's they call sauce gravy there, I believe.
So Martha said, slide left. They're still there beyond the faces.
That's from Mr. Jim.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. He was asking where the faces and hearts and stuff were.
Rachel loves her green stalk. I do too. I've had a lot. I loved growing rosemary in it because it grows out lavender and rosemary. Because
Rhonda, the first one I bought, I thought, oh my gosh, this is a little on the expensive side. And I broke down and got it for Zoe for Mother's Day.
Yes.
I got it for Mother's Day. And then the other 2 that we have, we bought when Cog Hill they were doing a special for Cog Hill and had a discount on them. Mm-hmm. So I got you the other 2 for, was that your birthday?
Anniversary.
I couldn't remember which event I bought it for, which occasion, but I got her 2 more, but she has 2 of the black ones from the Cog Hill sale, and then the other one is the terracotta color, so I'm going to get her 1 more of those just so she has matching pairs, but then I would probably have to stop because they can be a little expensive.
They can, and they take a lot, like it takes almost a whole bag of dirt in them, in each one of the layers. You can put, once you've got it compacted down and all, it takes almost a whole bag of dirt per section. It gets heavy and they're big. I mean, they're not tiny at all.
You got to go back up. I'm missing some more.
No, they're just saying that the tomato gravy sounds interesting. It's a Southern thing.
She's trying to save up for her gorilla cart, so we have one of those too. Thank goodness.
Well, we got that from Dad.
Very Mom, handy.
When they moved.
Yeah.
Sarah said we make a 3-bean hot dish, but it turns out to be a 15-bean hot dish. Is a hot 15 bean soup is a casserole, right?
I don't know. I don't know what hot dish is.
Is a hot dish a casserole?
That's a Minnesota thing. She's tomato gravy with fish.
That might be good.
That might be interesting.
We don't eat a lot of fish.
What?
Just because I don't know how to cook fish.
I used to eat a lot of fish when I had time to fish.
I eat fish when I go out to eat.
You do.
I think it's just because I don't know how to cook fish. I don't want to kill anybody.
I like to eat fish, but I don't have time to fish anymore.
Anne said some of her Italian friends call spaghetti and say gravy. That's
Maybe.
Sounds like pasta sauce. Without pasta sauce, typically would be several different versions of tomato. Like you've got paste and juice and.
This is simply a blonde or white gravy, whatever you want to call it, with tomatoes cooked down in it.
Right.
It's the same thing. Yeah. It's like making sausage gravy and swapping out the sausage for the tomatoes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or if you eat like
or I might leave sausage
like
in my
chicken fried steak or any of that, and you make that brown gravy or white gravy on top. It's the same thing. You're just adding in tomatoes with it.
Yeah.
You cook it down with tomatoes in it. So tomato gravy is like a really thick tomato soup in a way, consistency wise.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't taste anything like it.
So we just got our green stalks from Greenstalk.
Lowlane, we ordered them directly from Greenstalk.
Jamie said on a video she wanted like 10 green stalks. I would too. Well, she can.
All she's got to do is tell Lester.
That's right. She will have it.
But so A&W has a generic Greenstalk
made from the stacking pots. So
I almost did that because I saw somebody else doing it, and our local one, you could order them directly and have them shipped to the store. They didn't already carry them, but they would get them there. But I was reading some reviews on it, and they didn't seem to last very long. And I finally just bit the bullet and said, hey, if I'm going to do it, I'll just go ahead and get the real thing. But I did look extensively at the ones that you could just stackable from Dollar Tree, and they looked very similar. Mm-hmm. I just wanted something that would last. Plus, when Zoe gets her protege built, we can get the basis where she can roll them, move them, or whatever.
Right. Rhonda said, it amazes me how you all know each other. Cog Hill is awesome, too.
So I think Rhonda,
she's new today,
was one of the new ones today. Uh-huh. So Rhonda, our farm is 5 miles from Cog Hill 40. Mm-hmm. So I drive by their farm twice a day. Once going to work, once coming home. Right. Wes and Angie have visited us, and thankfully, since they've moved to Alabama, we've gotten to know them a little better. And
we're all going to be together at Pedals from the Past for a meet and greet.
They will be there April 22nd, won't they? Yeah. Wes and Angie will be there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In April.
I was fixing to say April, and I wanted to make sure that they were slotted for April.
Yes. So it'll be us. It'll be A&W. We have Just Dig It Farms with Gene and Tracy. Wes and Angie at Big Family. Jason and Brooke at Cog Hill Head Family Farm. Who am I missing? Head Family. And then Simply Lake and Lace.
Yes, that's the one I couldn't think of.
Wendy, am I missing anybody? I don't think I'm missing anybody. That's all of us.
I think so. But we are, to answer the comment, we have been very blessed to get to know these other people, these other channels. And thankfully they send some people our way. We're a much smaller channel than either of those, and of course Jason and Brooke are exceptionally bigger, but we would not have experienced the growth we have if we didn't have the relationship we do with them, because they've not only given us advice, but they've told people that we were out here.
That's right. Yes.
And
our growth is from a lot of them. Martha said, bangers and mash, fried sausage. That's what you had.
No, Zoe, that's what you had, darling.
That's what I
I
had.
had fish and chips.
I had that at that pub.
We went to it was right after Zoe decided to pass out in the middle of Dahlonega, Georgia.
I did. So after that, Nick decided he needed to feed me.
And that's what you got was bangers and mash.
I sure did, and it was delicious. That was delicious. Pour the sausage on top and put the sausage on top of the mashed potatoes and pour tomato and onions over it.
So Kathy would like to know,
can you grow tomatoes in a green stalk? I would recommend not. That is my recommendation because
seems like it would be a little small for
tomatoes need a lot of root system, and tomatoes can grow vertically pretty tall. And even if you keep it trimmed down, then they're going to grow out. I would say no.
I don't think it has
room. They need plenty of room. They need that root system. You have about this much space, which is what, about 10 inches? It's about how deep it gets.
Maybe.
And they need more than that.
Yeah, if you're going to grow that size fruit on a plant, it needs a strong root system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not enough for herbs.
Mm-hmm.
Things like strawberries would do great. Flowers do amazing in them. And I'm assuming there's probably some other smaller vegetables that you could grow in there, but I wouldn't do anything heavy in them just because it doesn't have that much room.
Right. And because you're going vertical, you don't want it to be top side heavy or
right.
And then wind end up pushing it on over. So I would say no. It's really good for herbs. It's good for lettuce, kale, stuff that's short and bushy. It's good for that. Lightweight. Rhonda said she figures the Gorilla Cart will be more use to her right now, especially when she starts her new garden. I agree with that.
I guarantee you that once we get the fence around Zoe's potager, that Gorilla Cart will go in there with her tools in it, and it will be wheeled around all over the place.
It'll go over the rocks, and I think a green stalk would be phenomenal for somebody who lives with a small yard, a balcony, but it's for those of us with bigger gardens and all. I think it's more of a I'm not going to say a luxury item, but it's a it's not necessity.
It's not necessity because you're not trying to save space.
Right. It's just another
but
option.
I liked it because it
did
the evenly watered.
Yes, you water from the
Zoe
top.
just liked the look of it. So she had a few herbs, and then she like rotated flowers around it and stuff like that, and it worked out good. It looks good.
Hey, darling.
And Jim was mentioning that he liked that idea from the generic one. So they do have, and if it's going to be in an area, our farm is a little primitive, so I don't think it was going to hold up to wind and stuff like the way ours is. If you were using it for flowers or herbs, like on your porch or something like that, those stackable pots from Dollar Tree would work perfectly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially if you got it near like a house.
I mean, I went as far as
porch.
Calling our Dollar Tree to see if they had them, and they were like, "No, sir, we don't have them, but I can have them shipped to the store for you." And we were really close to pulling trigger on it.
Even if you order a case of them, say it's got 48, that's $60. You know, that's going to be 48. You can make 8 5-layer planters out of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So even if it's $60 for a case of them, you got planters you can put everywhere.
That's right.
You know, it's a good budget.
Scroll up just a little bit. I'm missing comments. I hate missing the comments because we always try to say hello to everybody.
I said hello to Darlene.
Well, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anybody.
They're talking about tomato gravy,
Yeah.
fish.
So Gloria said,
Buy breaded fish in a bag, put it in the air fryer, and then put tomato gravy on the side or dip your
we'll
fish
try
in
it.
I could try that. That'd be a good idea. I like fried catfish. That's one of my favorite. I just don't like anything I gotta take the bones out of, including chicken.
Lucy's question.
Are you gonna do watermelon and cantaloupe too?
Lucy, we're going to do it a little different in that we're going to grow our watermelon vines up.
And it's gonna be neat.
That's going to be interesting for y'all to see, but yes, we are growing watermelons and cantaloupes, which I typically do. I had an interesting series of pictures on a game camera that I have lost. I wanted to add it to our channel one day, and I've lost them or lost the SD card that they were on. I had pictures of a deer stomping a watermelon open and eating it out of our garden. So I wanted to do that, but we lost them. But yes, we will be doing cantaloupe, and Zoe does not like cantaloupe.
I don't like watermelon.
The kids like watermelon.
Kids
I'm the only
love it.
one that eats cantaloupe, but I love to grow them, and I'm going to do that. But
Yeah. I like to grow anything.
We have 4 or 5 different varieties of watermelon that we usually grow: Charleston Grays and Jubilees, and we have a rattlesnake melon that we like to grow, and it's just there's several different varieties that I like, but we're going to go with more like the sugar bush type watermelons and grow them vertically.
And instead of growing several, we're going to try a few this year vertically to see what works the best.
And I may go ahead and stick some in the ground anyway, just because I like growing them.
I'm going to keep going because we're getting pretty far behind.
Go ahead. Sorry. Okra was $19 a kilo. Holy crap. Oh, Perry Hill.
Oh, yes, Perry Hill. That's right. Yeah, Danette and Denise.
I forgot Perry Hill. Dang it.
Just dig it. Yes, just dig it. Wasn't Hoss Tool there last year? They were not.
I don't think Hoss Tools was there. I don't remember seeing them at the Pedals event. Yeah, no, G&G, we knew Just Dig It. We're not going.
Over that.
We knew that. I don't think we left her off because she's the one that's kind of planted it.
Sharon said Cog Hill planted beautiful spring flowers in front of the fence. Have we seen them driving by?
Yes.
Well, no. She's talking about the daffodils, and you have not been to work this week.
Oh,
they've been planting all the daffodils.
I forgot about the daffodils. So
you were thinking about the flower farm.
Yes. The farm that he saw is further down my drive from work. The one that Jason passes where he wanted it to look like. It's on Enterprise Road. Yeah. So I have not been to work since they did that, but I should see it Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
I won't see it Tuesday morning.
We need to tell them that we have several daffodils growing along the road at the farm.
A lot.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. What did Evelyn say?
She thinks she lives in the middle of Cog Hill and Chestnut Hill. She lives on 31 in Jemison. You're not far. We went back and forth through there yesterday. I grow them in earth boxes, and the root balls get to be about 1 foot in diameter. Wow.
What does?
Are you talking about tomatoes? Probably tomatoes. That's what I'm thinking. Grow them in the 5-gallon bucket. Larks.
So she said they believe in you. I'm missing something.
They believe in you.
I'm missing some comments, and I'm running low on time here.
We're going to keep going on down. Sawmill gravy. What's sawmill gravy? Let me see if anybody explained it first, because we're getting... Have we ever had potato gravy?
Potato gravy?
I see the Gorilla Cart as a must-need. Yes, it will come in quite handy. Plus wheelbarrows, and I do not get along. It always tips on me.
So
Yeah.
A&W had a really good idea about those stackable pots, though.
Drove a conduit through the middle of each pot. I love that idea.
That
That's
would
great.
stabilize it some. I think that would make it more durable.
Cliff said,
So-
how's the baby goats doing?
Bouncy.
They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're ping-ponging around like a pogo stick.
Yeah.
They're just all over the place.
So, who asked about the sawmill gravy? I missed the comment.
I'm not sure. There was a few of
But
them.
anyway, whoever asked about sawmill gravy is just the gravy Zoe's describing.
Good night, Miss Sharon. If I
It's
hadn't missed
simply
you.
a roux,
We're
cream
5
or
minutes
milk,
behind on comments.
and any kind of meat grease, sausage or bacon grease, whatever.
So, Cherish said, did you say you're going to grow watermelons up?
Yes, the
We
vine is
are.
going to climb. Because what?
We are all a little crazy. I'm a CHF chestnut.
That works. Brown your flour, add milk, and then add potatoes back in. Okay.
Sarah said, no watermelon. Do I like honeydew? I do not like any melons.
She doesn't like any melons. Zoe does like fruit, but no melons.
I don't like melons. I can't do it. And I don't really care for much green. So I like salad now, but when I first met Nick, I did not eat salad because it tasted very green. You know,
Zoe's
is a flavor.
There's you a Zoeism for tonight. I forgot. Y'all got a kick out of the Zoeisms. There's you one for tonight. When Zoe and I was dating, she said, I don't eat salad. It tastes too green. I was like, what in the world does that mean? It tastes green.
It does.
Somebody's going to understand that, but not me.
Yeah, it's green is.
Jody said all this talking tomatoes. She had to make her a tomato and onion
We might
sandwich.
end up doing BLTs.
Hey, Diana. She made it in.
Yeah, so green is not just a color, it's also a flavor. And it's also a smell. That smell when you...
You also said burn is a smell.
It is.
I mean, you said it smells burn.
It
you
does.
Smell burn.
Things smell burn.
Whatever.
Chocolate gravy is good too.
I don't know that I've ever had chocolate gravy.
Odd. Sarah said, wait, it tasted green? Yes. Okay, so
see,
I love salad now. So I first fell in love with Caesar salads. I love those because I like the tangy dressing. It's just dressing, lettuce, croutons, and cheese. Parmesan. So that's what got me started.
Sawmill gravy is made with cornmeal or grits and buttermilk. I
never heard that.
No. Because sawmill gravy is what you just get on country fried steak. It's the peppered
your regular,
white gravy.
Yeah.
I've never had it that way. I need to look that up.
Sarah said green
because it sounds like something the way I would eat it. But cornmeal or grits and buttermilk, I would totally try that.
Yeah. Isn't it? Miss Lucy said, look at all the great recipes for gravy. Isn't it crazy how everybody
it tasted green Zoeism.
That's is.
I told y'all I have to speak Zoe. After all this time, I now speak Zoe. I know what she means, but when we were dating, I didn't.
He's like, it tastes green? Like, yeah, because it is green. You know when you cut lettuce, that smell, that is the smell of green. That's what, and I didn't like because that smell is how it tasted.
Maggie said people thought she was odd when she said it tastes like gravel. See, there's somebody else that likes cornmeal gravy. I need to know what cornmeal gravy is.
That would be right up your alley. It has no sweet to it. It's all savory. It smells burn.
I smell burn and it tasted green. I told y'all there's Zoeisms. So there's your Zoeism for the night. Zoe, we've got to get off here. These people got to go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
We got to eat. And there's lots that are.
I'm going to go. Look, we've been, because we've been.
And we're already way over an hour already.
Nick bought me this gigantic Valentine's heart. You know, one of those Russell Stover hearts, and I just now opened it right before our live. I made cookies for the kids to decorate. We never got to do that this week, so we're gonna go and let the kids decorate some cookies that I made, and we're gonna finish up some stuff around here. Am I missing anything?
No.
She said sawmill very gravelated.
Graveled.
Graveled. I couldn't say that word. Back of the shirt, it tasted green. Nick, cornmeal gravy is made the same as regular gravy except with cornmeal.
Well, I may have to try it just to see.
You would like that.
All right, Jill's giving y'all one last time. Y'all need to hit the like button before you go. We will see them Wednesday.
Why don't you tell them about that other... Tell them about your last note there.
No, not yet.
Okay, but we do need you guys to say a prayer for Cassie over at Walker Farm Fam. If you saw
don't forget that part. Before y'all get off here, Zoe needs to tell you this.
They were doing their catching up with the Walkers, and at the very end of their video, she had to bolt because she was gonna bolt.
And it's the same kind of stomach bug.
She's got that same stomach bug and all. And today, Gary said she is on the mend. So y'all be praying for Cassie as she's battling this nasty, nasty stomach bug, and go over and tell her you're thinking about her, and encourage her to drink some fire cider. I want to see her drink some fire cider. But yeah, we love Gary and Cassie, and y'all just be praying because this stuff is no joke. And you know her, she's got a lot of responsibilities and a lot on her plate, and so we need her 100%.
They're saying that she felt better, and we did see where Gary said she was on the mend, but
you know,
still
being on the mend and
put that out there for her,
so that big deal.
You know, there's a lot to do, and with them running a farm, we already talked about it. It's hard to keep up, and every time you're sick, you're gonna get behind.
Even though you're there, you're not always all there. So, all right, guys.
All right, do your thing.
See y'all on the next go round. Bye, guys.